My name is Meredith Hutton, doing my introduction speech on the topic of my hobby on May 30th, 2016. As Logan Smith once said, "If you are losing your leisure, look out. You are losing your soul." What we do in our leisure time is what we commonly call our hobbies. Some things you might enjoy doing include reading, hanging out with friends, golfing, or fishing. One thing many hobbies have in common is physical activity. Physical activity has always been an important aspect in my life. At the age of 3 years old, my parents put me in swim lessons. I enjoyed blowing bubbles and splashing in the water. Growing up on the lake, I had always been around water and found swimming a fun pastime. But when I was 6 years old, my parents decided to take my favorite activity to a new level and put me on a swim team. I joined the local YMCA team. There, I quickly learned how to swim butterfly, backstroke, and breaststroke. When I moved up from the beginners group, I was taught how to dive and do a flip turn. At first, swimming was hard and exhausting, but it wasn't long before I was looking forward to practice every day. After staying with the local team for 8 years, I felt as if I had grown out of the program. I was the lane leader for the advanced team and was not cutting time anymore. I did a lot of research on swim teams in the USA League and felt like the Clemson Aquatics team CAT would be a good fit. I, along with one of my friends from the local team, joined CAT. Their practice and meets were much more intense than what I had been used to. Practice began at 5 a.m. and lasted 2 hours. And then we met back again that night for another 2-hour practice. Swimming had become my life. By this time in my life, I was going into high school. With high school came new responsibilities besides just swimming. For a couple of years, I tried going between swimming, school, and soccer every day, but this made life difficult. I knew I loved swimming and didn't want to give it up, but with college approaching, I had to quit the team. My story with swimming does not stop with me quitting the team. I went on to teach swimming and still swim in my free time today. Although I am no longer part of a swim team, swimming is a huge part of my life, and it always will be. In high school, I joined the cross-country team. I really had not done a lot of running before that, but I wanted to try a new adventure. At first, I did not fall in love with swimming. The idea of doing something like that for fun confused me, but I stuck with it and finished the season. I did not run for a couple of years after that, but within the last year, I have changed my whole mindset on running. I used to look at it as a chore that I needed to do in order to stay in shape. However, now I look at running as a relaxing activity. I cannot say I was born a runner. I am naturally not as fast as people, but I enjoy working on my distance and speed in order to challenge myself and reach my goals. One area of physical activity that I've just recently begun is biking. Of course, I always had a bicycle when I was little, but I never really got into riding any distance until recently. Biking has helped me in a number of different ways. It is a great cardiovascular workout. It increases muscle strength, flexibility, mobility, and coordination. It also helps in many psychological ways. I have not accomplished much in my cycling yet, but I plan on competing in my first triathlon this summer. This race includes an 11-mile bike ride. Although the training through this race, I am beginning to see many benefits both mentally and physically. I hope to use my newfound hobby of biking to compete in more triathlons in the upcoming years. Everyone has a hobby. My hobbies have most always involved physical activity. I believe that physical activity is an important way for everyone to stay healthy. I plan to continue to swim, run, and bike and challenge myself to improve. Thank you.